Okay. Man, let me get this date right. Because who could forget it? I mean, who could forget this moment, but I want to get the date correct.
On this day?
No. Here's the date. December 20th, 2020. So it was 12/20/20. And, we were in the throes of a pandemic, and the NFL was still playing. Okay? Still playing. And guess what? The Jets had no wins. Entering Los Angeles, just up the road here in SoFi Stadium. And new stadium and no fans in it, and they're still playing. Jets had no wins, and there was Trevor Lawrence for the taking. For anybody who could get the first overall pick in the 2021 draft.
Just waiting.
Just sitting there.
Hey, take me.
And we were on this show here. Talk about crazy times for us, right? We were on the YouTube only at the time, pretty much, and we just wondering where was going our lives.
I'm gonna say one word to trigger you, and that's xylophone.
My goodness gracious! Oh, we were on Peacock. I can't recall
Bots.
anymore.
Bots.
But all I remember is, and we talk about this in Jets fandom over and over and over again. Remember that time when Frank Gore scored a touchdown for the Jets to put them up 20-3 against the Los Angeles Rams on that day of December 20th, 2020. Do you remember that? We talk about it all the time. Oh, it brings up all the warm and fuzzies. Remember that time Frank Gore scored a touchdown? You know what? Hold on. I'm being told, nobody talks about that. Not a single fan talks about it. Nobody. But when it's brought up, it's like, why? Why? Because Frank Gore, when he creased that end zone, he put the Jets up 17, and the Jets wound up beating the Rams on that day. And on that day, after that, they followed it up with a win again. Yeah. And on those 2 weeks, poof, Trevor Lawrence, bye-bye. In comes Zach Wilson. And then in comes Aaron Rodgers. And yada, yada, yada. Jets wound up firing their coach and general manager, and they're looking for new ones now here in 2025. Yada, yada, yada.
Frank Gore's most memorable touchdown.
Now snap to another day. He's front-loading it. He's front-loading the clapback right now. Because front-load, let's go to another day.
What day did you have in mind, Rich?
The day when Tom Brady said he was going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. That day.
That day. Well, actually, I guess you'd have to reverse. You have to reverse that. Yeah, we go Back to the Future. Going into that season, because Tom Brady wound up winning the Super Bowl in that year. The reason why I bring that up is I turned to Rich Eisen Show resident, New England Patriot fan, Chris Brockman. I turned to him and I said, "Welcome to the rest of us."
Yeah, it's like
welcome to the rest of us. Your 20-year break from the rest of us.
I reject that.
Had ended.
Done.
And in that respect, Patriots fans everywhere refer to moments in that 20-year stretch of being not the rest of us with certain games. They shorthand them, okay? They shorthand them, and one of them is, say, the snow game. We refer to it as the Tuck Rule game. Patriots fans refer to it as the snow game. As if the Patriots have never played another game in the snow.
No. That's it.
Only one I can remember.
Yeah.
They refer to it as the snow game.
Never had snow in
We refer to it. Anyway.
Tuck rule I'd never heard
There's
of
a
before.
new game. There's a new game in the history of the New England Patriots.
There sure is.
It's called the Joe Milton game.
Yep.
I mean, didn't I call that on Friday?
You know, and it's kind of ironic that we're referring to the rest of us when Joe Milton, a 6th-round pick, with a history from Michigan.
Sounds familiar.
Joe Milton. Who can forget Joe Milton showing up against the Buffalo Bills in a game that the Patriots entered with the first overall pick in hand if they could only lose? And Drake May, we heard from Jerod Mayo, the coach, all week. Drake, we're going to play to win. We're going to play this to win. And then Jerod Mayo showed up with like a hand injury out of nowhere, right? All of a sudden, wait a minute, he's questionable. What happened? And in comes Joe Milton.
Joe Milton, who said he didn't even know he was going to play when he showed up to the stadium on Sunday.
And Josh Allen starts for the Bills. And I guess Sean McDermott just wanted to make sure he keeps whatever streak of starting for the Bills alive. He comes in, an MVP handoff. That of all MVP handoffs. And then in comes Mitchell Trubisky. And Patriot fans are like, really? Really? Can't Josh play longer? Words Patriots fans have never said. Can't Josh Allen keep playing against us longer? But just in case you think, oh, Joe Milton, what's he going to do? How does a 13-play, 55-yard drive capped off by this?
Second and goal to go. The ball is inside the near hash mark, left hash mark, and now Milton is in the gun. Gibson off his left hip. Two receivers stacked on a high snap and a fake inside to Gibson. He's going to run it in, waltzing in untouched to the end zone. And then a barrel flip from Joe Milton with the exclamation mark. Touchdown, Patriots.
Good energy here.
Scott Zolak only knows one speed, man.
Good energy here.
Zolak, baby, you only know one speed.
Jeez.
Good energy here. Although Spiro Ditas, calling it on CBS, kept referring to the number of groans in the crowd that he heard.
Yeah. Well, seems like
from Patriots fans because
accurate.
Joe Milton puts up the Patriots 7-0, but guess what? Trubisky found his inner Matt Nagyness.
Are you just going to recap this whole game for me? I watched.
No.
I was miserable the entire time.
A 13-play drive capped off by Ray Davis, but then
It's like a Magic Johnson tweet right now.
Yeah, I don't need this recaps for me.
Joe Milton showing off that gun that he had at the combine.
Well, I said it on Friday.
Hit
It's got a
it.
cannon.
Hit it.
Takes a high snap, drops back on second down in a short 4. He's rolling to his right, chased by a pair of Bills. Throws on the gun. The pass is going to be caught at the 20 by an open booty who's going to trot into the right, into the end zone.
Nobody is enjoying this
Patriots.
right now.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Aren't there blue laws in New England? There was an open booty? What?
Stop.
Huh? On the Patriots radio network, they're talking about open booties?
It's over.
Wait a minute.
I don't think you can say that on terrestrial radio.
I don't find this amusing.
Well, Joey Sly starts taking over, splitting uprights. Like
Is
he's
it-
Adam
is this-
Vinatieri.
Is this Jets deflection?
Oh, definitely not, sir. Definitely not, sir.
That's had a good game.
You really said open boot.
I did,
He was open.
by the way.
He had a career day.
Don't get us booted off. We just got back on.
How were any of these guys active?
Booted off? You don't want to get booted off?
Get booted off.
Why wasn't Jacoby Brissett playing into the fourth quarter? He's terrible. He would have guaranteed a loss.
Well, all I know, sir, is in one way, you, as a diehard Patriot fan, did not get what you wanted, which is the first overall pick in the draft, where, say, a quarterback needy team that falls in love with Cam Ward or falls in love with Shedeur Sanders would have to call you up, and clearly you in New England have got your quarterback situation handled. You don't need that. Instead, you can get a king's ransom to move down to, say, just one or two spots and still get a player with a whole ton of draft choices and capital to surround Drake May with.
You trying to make him feel better about this?
No, I'm just pointing out now the Titans and Browns just have to sit where they are. If the Browns are quarterback interested, and if they're not, guess what? They can get that going because the Giants are sitting right there, and you're thinking they're going to have to do
Something.
something to maybe get Cam Ward or get Shedeur Sanders, if those guys, when it all is said and done, is worthy of doing it. But the Patriots go from 1 to 4.
Gross.
They're now 4. Maybe not even Trevor. I mean, they might not even get your Heisman Trophy. You may not even get Travis Hunter.
No, it's take Will Campbell, take Kelvin Banks, rip the knob off, best offensive tackle right there, and let's move on.
And move on with a new head coach. Now, we'll never know. I don't think. Maybe we will. Maybe we can find out. Did Jerod Mayo go rogue here?
And win the game? As an FU out the door?
Now, that will be a part of the conversation. As you know, I will always say this, though, now that I've kind of uncorked that. Grown-ass men who are trying to win jobs and trying to prove a point and are very prideful men are going to win. You cannot call off any of that. Certainly if Jerod Mayo thought that he was on a hot seat. But winning that game yesterday and Joe Milton doing what he did yesterday will go down in the same annals as Frank Gore scoring a touchdown for the Jets on December 20th, 2020. Great. I'm glad you're all celebrating. I'm glad you're all happy. But that ain't it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.